It all began on a sunny weekend afternoon, the kind of day where kids grab buckets of chalk and turn an ordinary driveway into their own canvas. Bright suns, flowers, rainbows, and silly doodles soon covered the concrete, and laughter filled the air. To any normal neighbor, it was the harmless joy of childhood, the kind of thing that warms a community. But to the HOA's self-appointed enforcer, an entitled Karen, it was nothing less than a personal attack on her sense of control. Karen had spent years patrolling the neighborhood like it was her kingdom. Every lawn too tall, every trash bin left out, every car parked an inch offline, she filed complaints, sent letters, and made lives miserable. So when she saw chalk on the driveway next door, her fury ignited. Without hesitation, she picked up her phone and dialed 911, convinced that colorful drawings were grounds for a full-scale emergency. When the police arrived, lights flashing, the entire block took notice. Parents stepped out nervously, the children huddled close, wondering what they had done wrong. Karen marched up, demanding the officers cite the family for vandalism and disorderly conduct. But as the cops looked down at the drawings, smiling suns, crooked houses, and stick figures, they realized they weren't staring at crime. They were staring at innocent fun. The officers questioned Karen, trying to understand why anyone would treat chalk like graffiti. Her rant grew louder, her arms flailing, as she claimed the art devalued property and violated HOA standards. Neighbors gathered, shaking their heads, some even recording on their phones. The police, now aware they had been dragged into yet another frivolous call, asked around. And that's when the truth poured out. One by one, neighbors began sharing their experiences. Karen had called code enforcement over garden gnomes. She had complained about holiday lights being too bright. She had even filed noise complaints over backyard barbecues. The officers quickly pieced together the bigger picture. This wasn't about chalk at all. This was about a pattern of harassment. The lead officer, now visibly frustrated, turned his focus squarely on Karen. Instead of writing tickets for the family, he documented Karen's history of nuisance calls. The neighbors rallied, providing statements, photos, and videos of her repeated behavior. The situation flipped in an instant. The family went from feeling targeted to being defended, while Karen stood cornered by her own record of complaints. By the end of the evening, Karen wasn't celebrating a victory. She was facing a stern warning about misuse of emergency services, with the threat of fines if she continued her antics. The children, meanwhile, were told to keep drawing, their chalk art now a symbol of resilience against her bullying. Justice had finally caught up with the HOA's self-appointed watchdog. And in the end, the only thing written in stone was Karen's defeat. Do like, subscribe for more video.